Petra's best of the best, Sega gets breached, Netflix loses Sony content, Acer misses launch, and Sony Ericsson is nicked in NFC. I'm Cayley, Mosca, Web Marketing Coordinator with Petra, and it's time for the Petra 5 in 5. We've got 5 minutes and 5 stories. Let's go. Hey, did you hear? Petra's new application management system, aka NAMS, won both the Oklahoma City chapter of the North American Marketing Association's Single Marketing Tactic Award of Excellence and the Best of the Best. That's a pretty huge deal. The NAMS system streamlines the application process, allowing new customers to complete their application quickly and easily without ever having to fax or mail anything in. Another feature of the NAMS system is allowing existing customers to update their credit card info and payment terms online and on the fly, easily at any time of the day or night. If you haven't checked it out, you should, by applying for an account or updating that old crusty credit card on your existing account. It's one more way that Petra makes doing business easier for you. The latest in a string of gaming companies to be hit, Sega is now reporting that information belonging to 1.3 million customers has been stolen from its database. While payment data such as credit card numbers remain safe, names, birth dates, email addresses, and encrypted passwords of the users of the Sega Pass online network were compromised. Sega Pass has been shut down in the wake of the breach, said Yoko Nagasawa, a Sega spokeswoman. Quote, "We are deeply sorry for causing trouble to our customers. We want to work on strengthening security," end quote. The attack against Sega follows similar recent breaches at Citigroup, which had 360,000 accounts hacked in May, and Sony PlayStation, which had more than 100 million customer accounts breached in April. In a bizarre twist, Lul Security, the group of hackers that recently broke into Nintendo, has offered to track down and punish the hackers that broke into Sega's database. Because we can mess with Mario, but Sonic the Hedgehog, that's just too far. If you've noticed that something is missing in Netflix recently, you're right. Movies distributed by Sony Corporation, Sony Pictures Entertainment, were removed from Netflix's on-demand internet entertainment service last Friday, although their absence should be temporary. No word on how long that temporary is, though. This removal stems from a contractual issue between Sony and Liberty Media Corporation Starz cable channel. It's actually Starz that supplies Netflix Watch Instantly with movies from Sony and Walt Disney Company as part of its deal to show the studios on its pay cable TV company. The problem is that the agreement between Sony and Starz stipulates that the studio's movies can't be shown on Netflix once the service reaches a certain number of subscribers. Netflix licenses movies by paying lump sums up front to the licensors rather than paying a fee for every time a given movie is viewed. A Starz representative said, quote, "All parties are working diligently to resolve the issue and return these films to Netflix members," end quote. When the new Google Chromebooks were announced at Google I/O, it sounded like they would be available all at once. Well, launch day came and went on the 15th with only the Samsung units available for purchase. So where were the Acer models? Well, it looks like they're a little behind the curve. They were even having troubles coming up with a name. They finally settled on AC700, and while they aren't available in stores yet, they can be pre-ordered. When will they be delivered? Hard to say, really. Acer claims by the end of the month. So will you be going with the Chromebook with the cheapest models coming in at $349 or an Android tablet for the exact same price? That's right. Rumor has it the Acer Iconia is slated for $349 and it's running on Honeycomb. It's been leaked that Sony Ericsson is preparing to add near-field communication, aka NFC, radio chips to its Google Android smartphones, enabling wireless mobile payments, ticketing applications, and location-based payments. The news wasn't leaked by Sony Ericsson, but rather NXP, the same NFC chip maker that Google and Samsung use for the Nexus S handset. This advance in functionality could help the company push ahead in their plan to become the world's largest Android handset maker. Now, it's likely that this is the first in a string of NFC-related announcements that we'll be hearing, as semi-standard infrastructure has begun to take place for smartphones to leverage. Last month, Google introduced Google Wallet from support from Citibank, MasterCard, Sprint, and First Data, but unfortunately, the new service is limited to San Francisco and New York City for now, and as of now, only works with Sprint's version of the Nexus S. This is great and all, but I'd like to see what Apple is doing about NFC. Or, the Evo 3D. Don't tell anyone I said that. That's your Petra 5 in 5. Have a great week, and we'll catch up with you next time for more hot industry news.